I'm here. We've officially started the 30-day challenge of living with only 14 items. So you're going to be seeing a lot of videos with me dressed like this. And some of you may have a few preemptive questions about this. I'll leave them to the end of the video. But today we're going to basically discuss me eating my words, because a long time ago on my channel I said that although I was a minimalist, an extreme minimalist at that I did not necessarily think I was a frugal minimalist, which is why you don't in general see lots of videos about financial minimalism on my channel or trying to live frugally. And I've said in the past that that is because I actually would consider myself more of a prudent person. In the region I'm from, the connotation of frugal actually means more like miserly, and I don't sort of cut my nose off to spite my face. I agree or have a principle of living in the now and being mindful and trying to enjoy your life, but keeping a slight eye on the future. We can't all mindlessly sort of not think about tomorrow, because hopefully there will be a tomorrow and we need some preparations for that. But I will enjoy little things like going for a coffee, because for me, as somebody who works from home, isn't a drinker, you know, I don't go out on the evenings or anything, that's my little bit of social interaction, to meet friends out for coffee. So that's an area that I enjoy, so I'm not going to declutter that from my life just to be sort of more frugal. However, but there is a big but coming. I am saving up to go to Japan as a sort of side thing that I'd like to do myself. My partner has never been that bothered about going to Japan, so it may be that I go to Japan on my own. Now, I don't want that to interfere with our shared goals and inspiration and aims and objectives to buy a property, perhaps somewhere else abroad, go travelling for quite a long time. Ideally, at some point we would like to buy a cabin somewhere, and there are cabins in a lot cheaper places in the world than in the UK. The UK has become an almost impossible place for people of an average income to buy homes. So that's what we're thinking. But I don't want my little solo trip to interfere with all our future goals, aims and objectives. So lately, what I'm saying is I am going to adopt perhaps what here on YouTube we would consider a more frugal mindset. And I will go into more details about this after we've got this next 30-day challenge over with, which for anybody who didn't see the last video or the video before that, because I'm not sure what order these videos are going to come out. I know there's been a declutter video somewhere in between before I started this trial. I will discuss how I plan to be more frugal. But what I actually like is the idea of not necessarily being frugal all the time, but when there are moments or certain goals that you would like. So for me at the moment, it's the further objective of wanting to go on a Japanese solo trip for an extended period of time. I don't mind living quite frugally for sort of a month, 2 months, even what some people might call extreme frugalism, to really save quite a lot of money for quite, you know, in quite a quick, short period of time. I think that in a short period of time, it wouldn't hurt our long-term health or impact our mental health. For instance, one argument that I've had in the past about frugalism is some people take it to the extreme of not thinking about good nutrition, not thinking about the mental health of, say, if you do work from home, the importance of getting out of the house and stuff, or having social interaction. And that is a tricky thing to balance that will be different for all of us. Now, long term, I know that I wouldn't want to be extremely frugal, but if I have an end goal, Japan, I don't mind doing that because it's affirmative for me, and I can say to myself, this is a choice that I personally am choosing. It's always a choice in general, unless we're in some very poor circumstances. this is a choice for me. I am doing this to myself for the end goal of doing something that I've always wanted to do. So whilst I am not an extreme frugal living person, I wouldn't even call myself a general frugal living person. I do some things that are money saving. I have some little tips now and then to make things and products go a bit further that we might enjoy, that sometimes are a bit pricey. But I see that as prudent living and simple living, and more of the emphasis on the not being wasteful rather than being overly frugal to save myself money. I would also like to help save on the consumption of more products, i.e. maybe you all saw in a recent YouTube short, if I can make my natural deodorant last a bit longer, that is great. You know, it's great that it saves me money, but it also saves me buying more products more regularly that are all being made in some kind of production process that probably has had, you know, some kind of impact on the environment, no matter how natural it is. So I'm always about having less waste and that, rather than being frugal. But me eating my words, I wanted to put it out there that at some point in the future, I am going to be attempting also quite an extreme frugal living. But for me, the reason why some people might think I am actually quite frugal, even in general when I think I'm not, and why I am going to be more frugal lately, other than this end goal, is definitely to not be wasteful and because of the impact on the environment. Now, to get on with something that I preempted at the beginning of this video, for some of you who watched the video where I said I would be living with only 14 items for 30 days, I have to keep thinking about which way I've said that. This is probably the first time that you are seeing me in the outfit that I intend to wear. My hair is currently wet, which is why it doesn't look too curly. It's in the process of drying, and I'm already learning that I am having to wear the headband like this to get my fringe to set, and wash my hair in the morning rather than the evening so that my curls are fresh and not slept on curls. But it's great. So far it's becoming a great learning process of learning how to adapt things to work with less products. For instance, at the moment I've got nothing on my face or hair other than this shea butter balm, and I currently have my natural deodorant on. And I just joked with some of my Patreon viewers this morning that actually I'm currently using, I think, all of my 14 items except for 4 items: the 2 vests, the bikini and my shorts. So I've been using 10 of my items this morning. So it's so bizarre to think that I have currently got on, or I'm using all the items that I'm allowing myself. Anyway, like I said, I'll do a halfway update on that whole thing. We're only like a couple of days into it at the moment, and I did film a declutter video ahead of starting this trial, just in case some of you are wondering about that. And I am going to be doing some extra videos. I have a couple more declutters planned. I have a couple of sit down videos like this planned, because obviously they are the easier thing to do at the moment whilst I have my iPhone and for editing and things. So you're going to get a few sort of talky videos, but I am going to try and mix that up a bit and experiment, even though I have this. And we may even do some out and about vlogs with the iPhone and my mini tripod. I hope you all enjoyed this little video today, and see you all in the next one. Bye!